Hello, and welcome to Underpaid Gamers Podcast. My name is Tony. I am with my friend and colleague, Justin.
Hey.
We are the official podcast of underpaidgamers.com. Today, we're doing another one of our most popular episodes, Trophy Talk, where we talk
about trophies.
Go figure. Welcome. Justin just woke me up from a nap.
I did. I knocked on his door. You said 4:30?
Yeah.
So I came in
I got home from work and I was just super exhausted.
I need to confess that I was also napping before I came.
I hate naps.
I love naps.
No.
Yes. Why don't you like naps?
Because it's just a waste of time.
It's not a waste of time.
But it is mostly a waste of time.
I mean, sure, there's something else you could be doing.
Yes.
But taking care of your body is important.
Just go to bed early.
True.
Not that that's easy to do, but...
Right.
You have to commit to a nap. I could commit to something else if I wanted to.
True. You could...
Now, luckily, all I had to commit to was waiting for you.
Right.
So I could just... That's what I did.
Yeah. How long was your nap? Was it long?
Like 10 minutes.
When he woke up, he was so delusional. He was trying to tell me a story. Delirious. Telling me a story about work, and he couldn't barely speak.
Words weren't processing.
And then I thought, man, this is going to be a really bad podcast episode.
No!
Because he can't talk.
I'm better now.
No, he's fine.
That's why naps don't work.
Well, I had an hour nap. That's how long my nap was.
I had a 10-minute nap.
And I feel refreshed.
The Underpaid Gamers is the official podcast of underpaidgamers.com. You can find us on YouTube at Underpaid Gamers. You can find us on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Play at Underpaid Gamers Podcast. You can find us on Twitter at UP Podcast. And you can email us at underpaidgamerspodcast@gmail.com.
That was impressive. You got it all.
I missed something, I guarantee it. Today, we're talking about trophies. Before that, we have some news.
Yep.
Justin has some news.
I do. Look at me go.
A news. Justin has a news.
So there's this thing that if you have a PlayStation that you want to buy, that's PlayStation Plus. Allows you to play multiplayer, gives you free games of the month. It's getting more expensive. That's the news I've got. It's getting a price bump up of $10. So
for the 1 year price.
For the 1 year price, it'll be up by $10. For the 12 months, it'll be $24.99. And No.
False.
Oh, I already screwed it up.
For the 12 months, it used to be $49.99, so you pay $50 for it. Now it's $59, so you pay $60.
That's what I meant. Well, I thought I said that. I meant that the 3 months is $24.99.
Yes.
I read my...
Why would you buy 3 months?
I don't know.
Why would you buy 3 months for $25 when you just buy 12 months for $60?
Yeah, $10 it's still staying $10 for the month.
$60 for 12 months is only $5 a month.
I know, it's not that bad.
I thought I was paying $60 for it.
That's why I assumed it was, because that's like the price of a full game.
Yes.
So, yeah, they kind of figured that's like the standard price for something on PlayStation.
So, the first gaming console in general to charge for online capabilities was Xbox 360, and that was $60 a year. So I just assumed PlayStation was equivalent.
Yeah.
And the only way I buy things on PlayStation is through the PS Plus cards.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of buying like the cash amount, I'll just buy a 12-month subscription.
There you go.
And it'll be like, I guess it was like $54 including tax, but I never paid attention. But sometimes you can buy those on eBay, 12-month subscriptions for like $30.
Yeah, you can find them on sale.
So that's fun.
That's the PlayStation news. Some of the other news I've experienced with, but I'm going to let Tony handle it like he normally does.
Have you heard of a game?
Maybe.
It is now currently the 11th most popular game on the App Store. It's called Pokemon Go.
Oh, not Clash of Clans?
False.
Okay, Pokemon Go?
Pokemon Go has been moved down from the number 1 spot to the number 11 spot.
I'm not surprised.
Are you surprised? No.
I am not surprised at all.
I don't play Pokemon Go anymore. I used to. I played a lot. Now I don't. The reason I don't play is because they had so many... I didn't have issues. I mean, I had issues with server issues and things like that. But it's when they tried to fix them and everything went down the pooper. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, so I downloaded it 2 days after it dropped. And the server issues at the beginning were really frustrating. But I understood because there were so many people downloading it. When they lowered the area of search around your person, your little character, in one of the first big updates, and they changed the tracking so you couldn't track as easily. Though I was told that was broken actually, so it didn't actually work. Mm-hmm. Either way,
for like a month it was the three foot
feet
glitch.
Thing, yeah.
Well, it would only show 3 feet, and you couldn't find anything. That defeats the whole purpose of it.
Right.
So I'm like, nah.
And so they lowered the search radius, that circle that's around your dude, from I think it was 100 feet to 75 feet.
I don't know.
I can't remember. They made it smaller, and then the stability got there, which was nice. But after a while, the novelty of it really went away. I don't know. I wanted to catch more Squirtles, but I never got enough.
Impossible. Even on your road trip across the USA, you didn't catch anything.
I caught like 3 Squirtles, and I saw a War Turtle once. I tried to catch it, but it ran away.
I had a couple big issues, and it was all gameplay issues. One of them was there's a lot of gyms around where I live, and there'd be people at like level 13, level 14 that have Pokemon of over 1,000 command points or capture points or whatever they're called, CP.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a strong Pokemon. Probably not so strong nowadays, but back then I'm like, that's a strong Pokemon. I got myself to level 17 and did not have a single Pokemon over 1,000. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm done. So I quit after that. But also another thing was I got an Onix out of a 10-kilometer egg.
Yeah.
And it was at like command point like 230. That's super low for a 10-kilometer egg. And then I leveled it up as far as the game would let me. It said my trainer level's not high enough to level this up anymore. And I was like at 430. And I'm like,
that's like useless.
That's stupid. What am I supposed to do with this thing?
I know. Well, and the thing, like, if you were to transfer a Pokemon back to the professor, you get 1 candy out of it.
Correct.
And I kind of thought that's kind of dumb. Like, you should get one for like the first tier level, but there are some Pokemon you have, maybe it's the 3rd evolution. I'm thinking like Pidgeotto. You should get an extra candy for the higher levels. Because that was like hard work, and you may have spent money on it.
Sometimes you just got them.
So, I don't know. I just thought that there were a lot of small things that could have been done better. And
I'm not surprised.
So, I'm not surprised it's declined.
They said they've lost like 15 million players in the last month.
Yeah.
So, sucks to suck, Niantic.
Yeah, well, their stock price is still higher, though. So,
well, I don't doubt it.
Nintendo.
Once people are Nintendo, not Niantic's.
I looked at Nintendo's.
Oh.
I was actually I got my class to play a stock market simulator, and I was like, I know something that probably has had a big blip in price recently, and we typed in Nintendo, and I was like, why did that get blipped up? And all the kids were like, Pokemon Go! And I was like, you're right.
You sure it wasn't just because they sold the Seattle Mariners?
No. This was I don't know. Actually, this might have been after that, but no, because the blip was like towards the end of July, I think.
For anyone that doesn't know, Nintendo owned
the baseball team,
North American baseball team, the Seattle Mariners, and then recently sold them for over $600 million.
Yeah, I don't know why they owned a baseball team
in America,
but
other than the fact that they can.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's Nintendo. Why not?
Why not?
Cool. Also, decreasing in amount of players, Nomads Sky's concurrent player base has decreased by almost 90%.
Yeah, I'm not surprised either. It's really just had a lot of negative press and a lot of negative
deserved
feedback
or not.
I think it is deserved because I know, like, going into it before it came out, we talked about it and you were like, there's no way it's going to be as good as what you think it's going to be. And I was like, no. They said, look at all these things that they said. Like, you're going to have this and this and this and this. And then when the game comes out, I mean, you can find YouTube videos of people and Reddit posts. I think you tweeted one out.
I did.
Of all the things that they promised and then what they actually delivered. There are so many things that they promised that didn't happen. And so the expectations were really high and they just fell through. They didn't come through for us.
Now, is it fair if it's a game that's ever updating and they keep putting out updates every once in a while, even one major update a month? Mm-hmm. Is it fair for us? Should we withhold judgment until they put out updates?
No, because they released the game.
That's what I'm saying.
It's so stupid, and I hate that video game companies today are doing this, like releasing games that aren't finished, and then they finish them in updates later. Like that's inappropriate to me. I think you need to release a finished game. You can have DLC, and that DLC needs to be good, but the game needs to be finished when it's launched. I mean, that's like...
Do you think that's different or comparable to Destiny when it first came out, and then they have DLC and they add things like that? Or do you think Destiny was more of a complete game than Nomads Sky?
Oh, yeah, I definitely think Destiny was a more complete game than No Man's Sky was. I mean, you could play through the entire story.
Yeah.
And you
Destiny
had multiplayer. You had, like, limitless multiplayer. You could keep playing multiplayer over and over and over again.
Yep. Destiny was fun.
It was a lot of fun. I mean, we loved to hate on it for a long time, but it was a good game. I don't regret my time playing Destiny.
I think we like to hate on the spots of Destiny between, like, right before The Dark Below came out until probably right before the Taken King came out. So that's like a year where Destiny was just like falling off the rails.
It was just grindy, and that's just one of the major points of the game. Is I feel like it punishes you if you're not playing. Like, there's so many things you have to do. Like, all the bounties come out.
Yeah.
If you want to get, you might have a chance at a certain gun or armor with Azure, but you can only do it for 2 days. Or 3 days on the weekend, and then it's gone, and you never know if you're going to see it again. There's just so many things, like, it forces you, like, if you want to really engage in the game, you have to do things multiple times a week. You have to grind a lot.
Like, they have the reset on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So you have to
redo everything on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And that's it just became a chore. And, at first I really actually enjoyed the game because I felt like there was always something to do, and all our friends are playing it at the same time.
True.
So it was good. And just like my life situation at the time, I was like living by myself right after graduating college.
Mm-hmm.
So I was okay with it. I had nothing else to do. My apartment was generally clean, so I was just going to sit there and
even if it wasn't,
play
who cares?
Yeah, I know. I was living by myself.
By yourself.
So it was a good game, and it is a good game. I guess it's not gone away, but I don't like the grindiness.
What I understand, they've gotten rid of some of the grindiness.
You think so?
Well, that's what I've been told.
Oh.
And that's what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I've been flirting with
Tony
Destiny.
Oh my gosh.
I can't.
Does Emily know?
Probably.
Oh gosh.
I haven't decided. So if you pre-order the newest expansion, the Rise of Iron, digitally, they give you all the codes to all the expansions beforehand. So you pre-order Rise of Iron, which by itself is $30, but if you get the pre-order for they call it the Destiny Collection, it's $60, and you get all the everything from beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good deal. And I played it for a week or two while you were gone because I had nothing better to do.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed my time playing it. And then a couple days back, I went back and played it, and I didn't enjoy myself that much. And it's really hard to tell if I would enjoy the game or not because I'm playing with such an old version of the game compared to what it is now. So I was playing multiplayer. I was playing Crucible, which is a PvP. And they have a specific 3 game types that people like me can play. They call them Year 1 Destiny people. Because they haven't added anything from Year 2.
Yeah.
Which is the Taken King. So we're all in this small little group. And it's obviously not the majority of players. The majority of people that still play this have the most recent
they have
thing.
everything.
So the servers for that, if it's connected peer-to-peer, aren't going to be as good as normal servers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the extra subclasses that people have, and sometimes I go in and there's people that have all the expansions can still play in that playlist.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes I'm playing against people
classic Destiny.
Yeah. People that have better gear and weapons than I do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of playing a man down than normal. So that really affects the experience. Not that I'm not having any fun with it, I still do well, but I'm just like, if I had all these expansions, I'd be doing even better. But at the same time, I'm like, is that guaranteed?
Right.
Would I enjoy it more if I had all this? I haven't decided yet.
And you've already spent so much money on the game. Like, I bought the game when it launched, the day it dropped, and then I bought the first expansion, and that's, I don't know, $90, right? 60 plus
80, that's probably 80.
Yeah, 80, something like that.
But that was
is it worth dropping another $60 on it?
That was in 2014 though. So that was 2 years ago.
It was a long time ago. So I don't know.
I mean,
I kind of just want to wait for Destiny 2 and then just play that.
Start over again.
Yeah.
See, I know this won't happen, but I'd love it if Destiny 2, everyone had to start a new character.
That would be so fun.
Not out of bitterness or anything. I was just everyone start fresh. Don't bring your stuff over from Destiny 1. Just, it's new.
Yeah. Because isn't that what they're doing, though? Is that what they've said?
You can bring all your crap over from Destiny 2 and all this other or from Destiny 1. Just it was I'm so invested in my character. I'm like, that's fine. You can do that. But everyone should start same level Destiny 2.
Or you can only access that stuff in certain modes.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm just waiting for Destiny 2. Maybe I don't know. If enough people in our friend group get the game, maybe they can convince me to buy
Destiny 2?
Or the Taken King, the Rise of Iron expansion with all the expansions.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because we need to have enough people to do a raid. So at least 4.
Mm-hmm.
Which would, I think, if I got it and there's 2 other people, so that'd be 4, including you.
Yeah.
But it's more fun to do the raids with 6. We used to play with your brother and all of his friends.
Yeah, it was. We always had enough people too, because there were so many of us.
That was a lot of fun.
It was. Those are my favorite memories of Destiny. Was the raids.
The raids. There is we had planned a raid for a Tuesday or Thursday night, and for whatever reason, my internet went out at the house I was at. So I took all my stuff over to Emily's apartment, and I said, "I'm raiding tonight." And the only way that we could have done it was in her room, where it was quiet enough where I could talk to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And it got super hot because it was a small room. And then she had to go to sleep because she had to work in the morning. So I'm up till like 3 a.m. raiding, and she's like, "Shut up. I'm going to bed."
That's fun.
So that was fun. Final Fantasy 15. Mm-hmm. Have you heard any news about this other than from last week's news?
I haven't heard anything more from last week. I've been trying to follow stuff with it. Like, I've been watching YouTube videos of gameplay. I've seen some... Actually, I think somebody had like an hour's worth of gameplay footage. And I watched a big portion of that. So, no, I don't know what news you're referencing, though.
There are statements that say that Final Fantasy 15 starts open world, and towards the end it gets more linear. More compact.
Yeah.
And they say more like a classic Final Fantasy game.
Okay.
Which doesn't make any sense.
Which, to me, it's a classic Final Fantasy game is the opposite. It's more linear in the beginning, and then once you get to the end of the game, now the whole world is opened up to you, and you can go, like, find all the crazy random things and, like, max out all the stuff that you need to do.
Yeah.
So that's kind of weird that they would say that the beginning is open world, and that makes it more like a Final Fantasy game. I feel like it's the opposite. But, no, I have heard about the opening gameplay is different than the way they've approached it in past games, where usually the beginning of a Final Fantasy game there's like some epic or huge disaster or giant battle or something, and then you're just like trying to survive it. Some sort of big thing, like Final Fantasy VII, you're blowing up a reactor. Final Fantasy VIII, you're attacking this city. Final Fantasy IX, your city's being attacked by summons, essentially, and you have to escape. So, like, all those games, like, had huge intros.
Yeah.
But this one, it's actually, like, really chill intro, and it's just about getting to know the characters first. Like, you're driving this car across this landscape, and you just stop a couple times. And from what I've heard and I've read, they actually do a really good job of getting you to know the characters through the conversations that you have with them, and then through some of the quests as you go through this beginning time. I don't know, just kind of like it's like a vacation, like in the beginning. It's kind of weird.
I don't know. There's nothing. I guess I've seen some gameplay that looks good, but there's something about this Final Fantasy that makes me want to purchase it. And when I first saw this news that it was open world and it got linear, I took that as a negative. I'm like, that does not sound like a good idea, because it would be so for someone that's has no experience with Final Fantasy, very limited experience, and I saw all these trailers and I'm like, wow, looks like an open world game. This looks super cool. It reminds me of Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots.
Okay.
Whereas the first couple levels, they were somewhat linear, but they were larger and you could go wherever you wanted. But you had human enemies. And then towards the end, they were more linear and you had to fight these Metal Gears. And you couldn't, like, kill them without using all your ammo, so you had to sneak around them. And the gameplay really changed from the first part to the second part. And that's what I first pictured with Final Fantasy 15 was the gameplay completely changing from part 1 to part 2.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, I don't like that.
I don't know. I'm excited for it. I'm definitely going to pick it up. Maybe it's one of those games that maybe you don't buy and then you just borrow from me, because, I don't know. We do that sometimes.
I want to borrow the Drake collection, I think.
Wait, you don't have that?
No.
Okay.
I
could have brought it.
1, 2, 3, and 4, but I don't have 1, 2, and 3 for the PS4. And I don't even have 3 because my roommate stole it on accident.
On accident. Likely story.
Last bit of news. The Gears of War 4 game is coming out.
Yeah.
And their music composer, you can hear his music and his compositions on some very familiar things, such as Pacific Rim, such as the Warcraft movie, and Game of Thrones.
That's awesome.
So that's pretty cool.
I actually really like Game of Thrones music, and
just the intro.
Actually, there's in the most recent season, which you haven't seen.
I have seen. I'm all caught up.
Oh, you've seen the most recent one?
Yes.
The very last episode. It starts with that piano piece. It's a 9-minute long song, and
they play it all.
Well, I mean, it's Game of Thrones, and I really love it. So I put it on my playlist. It's cool. Also, Pacific Rim, I didn't know much of their music until this week. Actually, I found a new playlist for like study time or quiet time where it doesn't have the words, just like soundtracks of movies. And there was a song, and I was like, man, this is a really good song. And I looked it up, and it was Pacific Rim.
Oh.
I was like, how is this the song? How is this from Pacific Rim? This doesn't make sense to me that this sci-fi movie would have this good music.
Was the song made for Pacific Rim?
Yeah.
Or was it just on the soundtrack?
No, it was from the soundtrack of Pacific Rim and put on the playlist. There's only one, but that's the one I was like, wow, it's good. So, Game of Thrones too, man. Not just the soundtrack, but just a lot of things.
Just in general.
Just in general, Game of Thrones has good music.
I've seen all 6 seasons of Game of Thrones. Have you watched Breaking Bad?
No. And I've seen like half of Breaking Bad, but I was always falling asleep.
That's how I first watched it.
Because
now I'm watching it.
My roommate from college watched it straight through, and he'd always watch it at like 2 a.m, and I'm like trying to go to bed, so I would like hear half of the stuff that's going on, and sometimes I'd watch it with them, but then I just kind of like got lost in the story.
Oh, is that Michael?
Yeah.
I think watching Breaking Bad, I think it's better than Game of Thrones.
You think Breaking Bad is better than Game of Thrones?
It also has like a definite ending. Like there's only 5 seasons. I know Game of Thrones is like there's gonna be 8 seasons, but it's still coming. It's like you know what the ending's gonna be. In Breaking Bad, there's a definite ending.
You don't know what the ending of Game of Thrones is gonna be.
Did I say that? I didn't mean to say that. I said you don't know what the ending's gonna be.
Oh, true.
Did I say that? I don't know what I said.
I mean, we know that there's only 2 more seasons, so we know things are gonna get pretty bad. I'm guessing, and this is also from some of the comments that Kit Harington, who plays Jon Snow, has said.
Was that his car commercial?
No. He has a car commercial?
Yeah.
What?
He has a car commercial and he looks just like Jon Snow, just in a suit instead of in a fur coat.
And does he say, brace yourselves, winter's coming?
I honestly have no idea
does
what
he say,
says.
get this 4-wheel drive?
But if he was a tire salesman, he would say that.
Yeah.
Like Firestone.
All terrain.
That's right.
Brace yourselves.
Or a seatbelt salesman.
Yeah. Yeah. So what Kit Harington
or the dentist
so far? Or the dentist?
Brace yourself.
Braces are coming. Straightening is coming. No, he said that this next season, he said things are going to get a lot darker before they get brighter.
That's what.
So that this next season, apparently, from that, and then also Maisie Williams. I can't remember how to say
Maze.
Maze.
It's either Maze or Macy.
Macy. Either way, Arya. She tweeted out like 9 tweets in a row. Her reaction to the end of the season.
Yeah, I don't care.
And she read all the dialogue and everything. She's like, it's gonna be crazy.
They say that. I don't know if Game of Thrones is as crazy as people say it is.
I disagree because I am like on the hype train 100%.
But I also watch it episode after episode, and I don't have a week in between.
Yeah,
so I have time to think about it.
I've watched the last 2 seasons weekly, once a week, always up to date, and it is so much fun to like watch the episode, debrief it with my friends over the course of the week, watch a couple videos of predictions of what it's going to be, read up all the theories, and then see who was right on the next episode. And they occasionally blow my mind with what happens, and it's so much fun. I love it.
I mean, I'll watch it, but it was the 3 big TV shows I think that are all around the same time was Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, and Walking Dead.
Yes.
And I think Walking Dead is the worst of the 3.
Yeah, I think the first season of Walking Dead was really strong, and then the second season really sucked.
Second season without the farmhouse.
Yeah. And I think, yeah, I would agree with that from my own perspective.
You gotta watch it. You gotta watch Breaking Bad from the start.
I need to. I was just so opposed to it because I'd heard so much of it.
It's so good.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you gotta pay attention. It's one of those. So it's like how you watch House of Cards.
Yeah.
You're like, you gotta pay attention. I'm like, I'm just playing Game Boy.
Like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
You have to pay attention. It's like Sherlock, too. Like the episodes of Sherlock.
Those are good.
You have to pay attention, or else the episode's like meh. But if you pay attention, it's like so good.
Those are so good. Anyway, that's all the news I have. All the things I want to talk about. You want to talk about trophies?
Sure.
You had an idea.
Time for some trophy talk.
Trophy talk.
So I think there are different groups of people who play video games, and these people approach trophies differently. So I think, at least for part of this episode, we're going to try and break down in these groups and identify what these groups are and how they approach it. So I'm going to start with like the very first group, maybe the bottom tier of trophies. I don't know if it's a tier system, but I think the first group of trophy people are the people who don't even care about trophies. They're the people who don't check them, they don't watch them, they accidentally get trophies, they don't pay attention at all.
Yeah.
And those people are fine, but they're probably not listening to our podcast because they probably don't care that much about video games. However,
fine words.
The opposite of that is the obsessive compulsive trophy collector, the person who has to get 100% on everything. Do you know anybody like that? Have you had experiences with people like
not
that?
Personally. I don't know a lot of people that hunt for trophies, but professionally.
Professionally?
Like professionals.
Oh.
Like in the industry.
Yeah.
Some people are.
Yeah. I feel like being that... Well, there are times where I feel like I want to be that.
Yeah?
I get in these phases where I'm like, I'm going to 100% this game no matter what.
What?
Like Metal Gear Solid 5, I had it
Good luck.
on my mind. I was like, I'm going to get 100% this game. I don't even care. I can't remember exactly how far I got before I gave up.
You can look it up.
I'm going to look it up.
PSN Profiles.com.
Yeah, so if you guys listen to this podcast, there's this awesome website called PSN Profiles. You should check it out because you can see all sorts of trophy information about you.
I have
about yourself.
35% on the Phantom Pain. But you got the platinum run for Fallout 4.
Yeah, I got a So right now I've got 3 platinums, which I wish I had more. But the first game I ever platinumed was Resogun, which was because it's the only game I had for PS4 when I first got it.
Yeah,
because it was PlayStation Plus, and Contrast 2, I think, were the 2. But my other 2 are Infamous, First Light, and then Fallout 4 are the other platinums I have. There are just some games, that I just really enjoy. And I remember First Light I played through, and I only had like 5 trophies left before I could platinum it.
And it's like, what?
So I was like, oh, okay, I'll just keep playing it until I platinum it.
Yeah.
And then I did. And it wasn't too difficult.
Nah.
Fallout 4 too, it takes a long time to do, but it's not hard. It just takes a lot of time. And to figure out what some of them are, well, I had one issue with Fallout 4's. There was a glitch with settlement happiness.
Settlements.
And what would happen is I'd be up in like the 90s. You had to get, for one of the trophies, you had to get 100% happiness in the settlement. And when you're up in the 90s, there was this glitch where if you'd like walk away from the settlement for too long, it would just register that all your beds are gone.
Oh, yeah?
And then it would think that, oh, nobody has beds. Everybody's unhappy. And so what I had to do was like every 5 minutes check up on the settlement on my Pip-Boy to see if the beds were still registered. And if they weren't, I had to fast travel back there, and then it would fix itself. It was so annoying. It took me so long to
go to your trophy milestones and tell me what your first ever trophy was. It's right here. It'll tell you on the bottom.
6 years ago.
Into the Storm.
Into the Storm, Prince of Persia for PS3.
That's funny. My first ever was Black Ops 2.
I'm not surprised. Not even.
What was your fastest platinum? Does it show that? Fastest platinum?
Fallout 4.
Resogun.
Oh.
Right there, you silly.
Just kidding.
1 week, 6 days. Ha! My fastest platinum was for Infamous Second Son. It was 1 week and 2 days.
Huh.
I love Infamous. I got a platinum on Second Son. I don't have a platinum, ironically, on the what is it called? The First Light. I don't have a platinum on First Light, but I have it. I don't have a platinum on Infamous 1 or Infamous 2, but I was super close on Infamous 1. I just couldn't get... There's a train trophy. You have to kill so many enemies from a train, and I just didn't do that. And Infamous 2, I don't remember why I don't have a platinum for that, but I should. Maybe it's just not on me.
Yeah, for one thing for me too, Assassin's Creed 2, I got 95% of the way there, and then I just stopped.
Yeah.
I beat the game, and I think all I had to do was, like...
Get the feathers.
It was get the feathers and get banners. It was like a couple of them were just like, go collect things. And I'd already played the game for, probably 100 hours. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I'm done. Like, seriously, after everything I just did, you want me to go run around?
Yeah.
I just didn't. That's like the last thing I had to do. I was like, I'm not going to just run around all these cities just for the sake of this trophy. So, I don't think we fit into the category of, like, trophy hunters, I guess, would be the
I
nice...
kind of want to, but sometimes it's like, nah. A big problem I have is I want to get all the platinums for Uncharted. For all the Uncharteds. Mm-hmm. But the issue I had with Uncharted 4, and that's why I don't have it, is I don't want to play those games the first time on the hardest difficulty.
Right.
Because I want to experience it. I don't want to be challenged. I just want to be like, I want to be challenged a little bit.
I want to know the story.
I want it to be normal. I want what they wanted the challenge to be, right? Mm-hmm. So if I wanted to do that, there's 4 difficulty modes in most games. There's easy, medium, hard, and there's also like extra hard, crushing, legendary, whatever. Mm-hmm. In order to unlock the hardest difficulty, you have to play it on hard. But I like to play it on normal. Right. So I have to play
3 times through.
3 times through, and then Uncharted 4 actually has a speed run trophy. You have to beat it in under like 6 hours.
Oh my gosh.
And which you can do, but it's easier to do on like normal, so I have to play it again.
4 times. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's just once you see that hill, it's like,
nah.
Am I actually enjoying this game? Like, what's the point?
You are.
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, I don't think it's always cut and dry that you don't enjoy doing it, but there are just some trophies that I'm like...
If they're experiential trophies, those are fun.
Yeah, I like experiential ones. I like performance ones where it's like, you need to do this in this manner, or like get 4 kills with 1, like...
Grenade.
Yeah, 1 grenade or like 1 explosive barrel or like I like those types of trophies because I think it can like add a challenge to the game, like where you're
especially if you're playing
something.
The game and you're like and you see that trophy and you're like, I want to try to get this.
Yeah.
And you do that on your first playthrough as opposed to second. I have platinums in Life is Strange. I also have 100% in Gone Home, but they don't have a platinum trophy. And those are both easy and fun to do. Mm-hmm. Life is Strange was really nice because you can go back to specific levels. And I just followed a guide online, and it said, go here for this trophy, go here for this trophy, do this, this, and this. And that took me like an extra half a day to get the platinum. I'm like, nice. And then Gone Home, the game itself is like, you can speedrun it in under a minute, the game. Yeah. And you get a trophy for that. But the game itself, you can beat, if you take your time, it can be an hour to 2 hours maybe.
Yeah.
But if you just kind of go through and you're not really looking at everything, you can be like half an hour. First playthrough. So that was a really easy one, but that was a lot of fun too. Destiny, I have... it's hard because they add trophies for expansion, so I don't know. In vanilla Destiny, in order to get the platinum, I'm like 2 trophies away, and one of them is Flawless Raider. So they complete a raid without dying. And we never did that when we had all the group doing it, and now it'd be
now it's like impossible. Yeah. I mean, you could get in a group, I guess, and try it, but I don't know.
Overwatch, I have a rank A from PSN Profiles, and you're telling me that the higher the rank you are, so I assume F through S, so F-E, whatever, through S is the popularity, or like how high you are in popularity?
Yeah, well, the letter rank on PSN Profiles, I believe, is... compared to everyone else in this game, where do you rank? So if you're in the top tier, you'll be like the very top, highest tier would be S, then A, and then it just shows you in comparison. Because there's some games you can be at like 20% of the trophies and be like B rank, because the majority of people don't even go that far. So they just compare your level of achievement to everyone else who has that game.
I'm really trying to get the platinum in Overwatch. But one of the trophies is unlock 50 things for a certain character, and you get that through the loot crates, obviously. And the most I have for somebody is 13. So I guess I could buy them with the in-game currency. But
I don't
that's just gonna take a while. That's not so much a hard trophy as much as it takes a while. But there are some hard trophies in Overwatch. A lot of them are get 4 kills or assists with a single use of a super or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's more than half the enemy team. So that can be difficult. But I am enjoying getting that. There are some games that I kind of want to get all the platinums for, or I want to get the platinum for, go back with a guide and get everything. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So Overwatch would be one, Tomb Raider, or not Overwatch, but Uncharted would be one, Tomb Raider would be one, even Shadow of Mordor could be fun.
Yeah. I love Shadow of Mordor was really good. That was one of my favorite games from when the PS4 came out.
There's a game called there's games. So PSN Profiles, you can change it to be all platforms or just some platforms or these platforms or these platforms. Mm-hmm. I'm currently showing PS3 and PS4. So there's some games on PS3 that I could get and go back and get, and maybe I will. Like Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons is
you love that game.
Did you play it?
You tried to get me to play it, but I didn't because I'm a little rebel. Look at me go.
So annoying. It's so good. It's such a good game, and I have almost 50%. I have 6 of 12 trophies, so I'm at 50%. I could get that platinum real easy. Mass Effect 1, I have like 39%. I'm not going back for that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Rocket League, no.
So if you had to categorize yourself in a group, what's your approach to trophy hunting?
A lot of the times I'll look at trophies and I'll want to get them and I'll want to platinum them. And it's not, some games, so I just recently picked up Until Dawn, based on recommendations from a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Do you know what Until Dawn is? You don't. Let me tell you.
It's a zombie game, right?
No. Until Dawn is an interactive, kind of like a campy horror film.
Okay.
So think kind of like an 80s horror film, so like Halloween or Scream or things like that.
Like Stranger Things?
No. That's not a horror. It's sci-fi.
Sort of.
I'm talking horror. Okay. Slasher film.
Okay, slasher.
So it's where, so you play as these 8 people in a cabin up in Colorado or whatever.
Classic.
It's a snowy day, and there's like an insane asylum up there, and they're kind of being hunted, and you play as each different character, so there's 8 of them, and the game is based around the butterfly effect. So the butterfly effect is one simple, small little decision can later bloom into something much bigger that affects everything and all these other things.
Yeah.
So the game plays on that. So it's a game based on decisions, and you can do this and you can do that. So it's not really a tough gameplay game. It's a story-driven game.
Okay.
That's a horror game.
And you can experience all the different stories.
Yes, and you can go back and forth. There's a lot of different endings, and this can happen. And this person, I assume you can go through the whole game without anybody dying.
That'd be awesome.
So far, I've had half my people die.
Good job. Proud of you.
But it's just really interesting because I also assume that there's a way to go through the game and have everybody die and just a game over.
Yeah.
So those are the kind of games I like where you have these decisions and you base it. And that's more decision based than a Fallout, where you can make decisions, but it doesn't really affect that much. This one literally affects so many things.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Fallout and Bethesda games in general have big decisions that affect the game, not small decisions that affect the game, right? Like, whose side are you going to be on in this conflict? That's what you decide.
But does that really affect that much?
Well, I mean, it could.
Maybe a little bit.
I mean, if you're on the North side or
I'm
if you're
thinking
on
of the Civil War,
side.
But that really doesn't, okay, your home base is now in Winterhold, or your home base is now in Solitude.
Right. I mean, I feel like those are two different experiences. And what you do is, I guess some of the missions are close to each other, just from a different perspective, I guess.
I don't know. I'm maybe halfway through this game. It's very interesting. All the trophies are hidden when you look at it, because it doesn't want to spoil anything. And I was playing literally yesterday, and I was thinking about trophies, and I'm like, this is so weird that I haven't gotten a trophy for this game yet. I've been playing for a good amount of time. Normally you get a trophy by now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe they just have it hidden so they don't show until the end of the game. So that way it doesn't spoil anything. Mm-hmm. It doesn't take you out. But then as soon as I thought that, I got a trophy for doing something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I kind of wish they hit it so I didn't get into the very end of the game, because it did take me out a little bit of what I was doing.
The experience.
But it also happened during a cutscene, at the end of a scene of a cutscene. Mm-hmm. So I'm just like, all right. However, it's very good. I would suggest you play it. Yeah. And maybe because it's physically here instead of something you have to download, like Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons.
Yeah, too hard.
You might actually get it. But I want to get a platinum for that game because it's a lot of fun.
So when you buy a game, is the first thing you do check the trophies?
No.
Has it ever been that?
Probably some games. The most recent games I bought: Until Dawn, Overwatch, Uncharted 4. So I obviously don't want to spoil anything with Uncharted 4 because sometimes trophies can spoil the whole game.
It can.
So I don't want to do that until. That's why I don't normally check until my first playthrough.
Yeah.
And then so like with Until Dawn, like there's a lot of different endings, but I feel like once I get my first playthrough, I'll be okay. That's my playthrough. I'm gonna check online, see what all these trophies are, see if I can get them, see if they're doable.
Yeah.
Uncharted 4 would be the same way. Overwatch, obviously, there's no story to it, so you can look at those trophies whenever the heck you want.
Yeah. And I think for me, answering that question, it depends on the time and what's going on in my life. I feel like when I have a lot of downtime and I'm really into like a gaming mode, I do check the trophies and I do get a little bit obsessive about it, trying to make sure that I get them all. Or at least I think that I will, and so I put a lot of effort into it. I may not end up getting a platinum, I might burn myself out, which happens. But
Assassin's Creed 2.
Assassin's Creed 2. I think overall, though, I'm not like I wouldn't consider myself a trophy hunter. More like a trophy connoisseur. I feel good when I get trophies, especially, and a platinum makes me feel really accomplished.
Yeah.
So I like it. And it's something that I want to do. However,
I have 4.
I'm not committed enough to do it all the time.
Knack. I had a very bad experience with the Knack trophies.
Did you?
I think I've told you about. But Knack is also a game where it's level based. Similar to Super Mario World, where it's like World 1, Level 1, World 1, Level 2, things like that.
Yeah.
Very similar with Knack. And some of these trophies obviously are based on certain levels. Or you have to do a certain thing, and this level has a lot of enemies, so I have to kill a certain amount of enemies within a certain amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Go to this level, do that. So I did that over and over again. I was pretty much playing through the whole game for a second time, level by level, instead of like the campaign mode.
Yeah.
And I realized, I looked online, I'm like, why are none of these trophies popping? Like, why am I not getting these trophies? And they said the only way to get trophies on Knack is if you play the campaign mode instead of level select. Level select does not get you any trophies.
And you were playing the whole time on level select.
Yeah. I'm like, that's ridiculous.
Gosh dang it.
That's stupid.
That's frustrating.
That's just one of the problems that Knack has. Knack has a lot of problems.
I think some games, too, make really dumb trophies. Like some publishers just like
one?
Off the top of my head, dumb trophies. Maybe Metal Gear Solid 5. Most of their trophies are good, but there's just one. It was like get $50 million or something, and I was like, there's no way I'm ever gonna get that because I'd played the game for like 60 or 70 hours, and then or better yet, that's probably a bad example. When it's multiplayer based in a game that's not a multiplayer game.
Trophies are bad.
Like in The Last of Us, there are some trophies that are multiplayer based, and I am not about to go do that with The Last of Us because I didn't buy that game for the multiplayer. I tried the multiplayer, was sucked at it. I was like, I'm not going to try and get better at this. Why would I do that? And then, if I remember right, a bunch of the trophies, there were like 4 or 5 trophies that were specific to that.
For the record, The Last of Us multiplayer is fantastic and incredible.
Okay.
And I think Naughty Dog does a good job.
Gosh.
What?
I'm looking at my The Last of Us, which is my favorite game of all time. I've beaten the game.
Multiple times? Or just once?
All the way through once. I've like played through the beginning again on hard mode and gotten to a certain season, then I kind of got burnt out. And then I started again with another person. I only have 3 of the 50 trophies for The Last of Us.
Sucker.
I am like disappointed in myself right now.
You should.
But I'm trying to look at it right now.
Anyways, The Last of Us multiplayer is incredible, and if you have it, I would suggest playing it. It's very good. But I also think Naughty Dog does a really good job of introducing the multiplayer through trophies. Because Uncharted 4 and the Uncharted games have multiplayer, except for Uncharted 1. And essentially the trophies for that are go to multiplayer, play this game type, trophy. You don't have to win, you don't have to lose. Play this game type, trophy. Play this other game type, trophy. You don't have to get to rank 50. You don't have to get to 25 kill streak, anything like that. Just play this game type, you get a trophy. And it introduces people into the game. It introduces people into the multiplayer, and I think that's a very good idea. I really like how Naughty Dog does that.
Well, I mean, I'm looking at the Last of Us trophies, and one of them is build your clan up to 40 people in factions.
That's not hard.
Is it not hard? That sounds hard to me.
No. You start off with 20 people, and you get 3 every game, maybe.
Yeah.
I have The Last of Us on here somewhere.
I don't
just
know.
can't find it.
Actually, as I'm reading through these, they don't look that hard. It's just a lot of playing time. Like, beat it on normal, hard, survivor. Beat it on all of those plus mode.
Yeah.
So that's at least 3 playthroughs because you have to unlock survivor mode. And then to play it again on plus mode.
Can you just play it on hard and then unlock survivor and play that on survivor plus or not?
No, because for survivor plus, I think you have to beat the game at that level. No, maybe you can do it on that way. I'm not sure. Either way, there's just something. Like, for me, I didn't buy The Last of Us for multiplayer. And so, to me...
I have 2 accounts. I forgot I have 2 accounts.
You do have 2 accounts.
So, I have this one that I'm looking at. Oh, was it... on the top, it says it gives you a world rank and your country rank.
Yeah, which is kind of cool.
What are you? Oh, I'll have to look. My country rank is I'm just under 200,000. So that's fun. I'm going to go to my other one because I think The Last of Us is on my other account. This is also difficult having 2 accounts and playing through them because one account is not on the PS3 and one is.
My world rank is 385,652nd. And my country rank is 123,380.
So you have more trophies than I do. But you also only have 1.
Oh, yeah, I've not made a second account.
I don't have
This has been
any
my account
platinums
forever. So.
I have 28 of the 50 trophies of Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time. That's for PS3.
There you go.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank, the collection, I have a lot of trophies for. Where is it? I want to find The Last of Us. The Last of Us. Here it is. I have 6 of the 50 trophies. I don't know how I don't. That's a weird. You think you'd get more trophies in that game?
Well, I know, and that's the thing. It's like I played the whole storyline all the way through on normal mode.
Yeah.
And thought I'd get at least 5. I got 3.
Yeah.
Like, come on. And 2 of them. One was beat the game on normal, and then when you beat it on normal, it automatically gives you beat it on easy.
Yeah.
So 2 of them were just beating the game.
I have.
And then the third one, I don't even remember what it was.
I have both of the multiplayer trophies, the Clan to 40 people and the supply raid. And I got that on June 18th. The latest one I got was on June 20th. So when did I beat the game? Complete the game was on June 19th. So literally one day after, you just had to play multiplayer for one day and you got both those trophies.
Whoops.
So that's what I'm saying. That's why I think that's why I think Naughty Dog has a really good trophy system with their multiplayer. Because it's not go in and play for hours and hours and hours. It's go in, play these game types, try this a little bit. If you don't like it, that's fine. Go away. You still get a trophy. Consolation prize.
Win a game of Supply Raid and Survivors in 5 match. Yeah, I guess those aren't too bad.
It's just one game.
But
well, you have to win, so it might be 2 games.
I love one of these trophies is survive all of Ellie's jokes.
Yeah, that's so weird because there's like.
And that's one of the rare
all
ones.
Optional conversations. Fully upgrade all weapons. I'm like, how did I not get this? Do you have to like do New Game Plus to get all these?
You have to because there is not enough like resources for you to upgrade everything.
See, I would say that, but at the same time, I didn't find all the optional conversations, so maybe I missed some upgrade material.
True. But I distinctly remember being like really far away, and I tried to explore everywhere. And I know there were a few times where I missed optional conversations because something happened and I was gonna hit it, but then
like you got
I like hit the checkpoint where it would start an actual storyline, and then you lose that optional one.
Drat.
So a lot of that stuff happened. I remember when I played this game, but maybe that's enough of The Last of Us. But I love that game. If you haven't played that game, you need to look at your life.
You haven't played the multiplayer.
No, if you haven't played the game at all, you need to look at your life and look at your choices.
Some people don't like the game.
They're wrong.
Okay.
Their opinion doesn't matter.
You want to talk about the games you have the least trophies in?
No, because there's so many with really small ones. Like, I have multiple games with 0%.
Delete those.
Yeah, like Saints Row, Get Out of Hell.
Yeah.
Was on PlayStation Plus. I played for like 5 minutes. I was like, this is the worst game I've ever played.
But you can delete those.
I know. I'm going to.
Which is what I do.
That's try to.
If you watched our No Man's Sky Let's Play of me, with me,
he wouldn't leave the planet.
I was so concerned about getting the first trophy. Because on PlayStation, if you go to your trophies on your PS4 and you look at the PlayStation and look at the trophy list, if you have 0%, you can delete that. So you don't see it, so other people don't see it. So it doesn't clog up everything.
Yeah.
But as soon as you get that first trophy, you can no longer delete it from your library. Like, delete the trophies from your library.
Yep. And I did that before because I only have 2 games with 0%, and they're both recent games.
Yeah.
Man, I've played a lot of games.
It tells you up top how many. I exited out of mine, so I'm not going to go back.
Yeah.
104 games. I think I had like 60 something. But again, that's over two consoles.
You have two different accounts. So, yeah. Cool.
So that's fun. I don't remember what else I want to talk about trophies. This is fun.
We defined two groups of trophy hunters.
Yeah.
The ones who don't care and the ones who care way too much.
Is there a middle ground?
Is there a middle? Are there two tiers in the middle? Are there the people who like trophies?
I think there's people that like trophies, but they don't necessarily go out of the way to get them. Mm-hmm. They're like, oh, what's this trophy? Like, oh, that's cool that I got that.
Yeah.
And then there's other people that are like, really like trophies like us, and kind of care about them, but at the same time, like I don't want to play this game 5 times.
Yeah, I think there's a limit. Yeah, I think we break it down into 4 tiers, just like that.
Break it down for me.
100%. OCD, gotta have every trophy ever. Trophy hunters galore. That's all they care about. They may even care about the trophies more than the game itself. Maybe the third tier would be where we're at, where there are some games that we do, like we want to get it platinum and we will try to do that. Mm-hmm. I usually, if there's a game I have, I usually do check the trophies. It may not be the first thing I do, but I do check them to see what there are to get.
On my first playthrough of a game, if I have more than like 50% of the trophies, I try to go back and get the rest of the trophies.
Yeah.
But if I play through a game like The Last of Us and I have 6 trophies of the 50, I'm like, nah.
It's not going to happen.
I'm not going to do that. But Ratchet and Clank are so easy to platinum. Ratchet and Clank are so easy to get the trophies just because they have the New Game Plus and it's instantaneous. And then Sly Cooper is really good like that. You're super close on the PlayStation 4 version of Ratchet and Clank. You just
like every gold bolt.
Yeah.
Upgrade every weapon to max.
So those are just
I was really close to that one. Once you get the rip you a new one maxed out, though, it's like, why would you use anything else?
Yeah, it's fun though.
Complete every trespasser puzzle. Yeah, I hate that. Ugh.
You didn't get that one?
No.
You thought it was too hard?
Some of them I just like.
Some of them
have the
hard.
patience. And then get gold cup on Collectibles in under 2 minutes 5 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah, I could do this. Break every lamp in Alero City.
Yeah,
that's funny. But
Ratchet and Clank is just fun games. Those are games that are really fun to get trophies for because it's just easy. That like those kind of cartoony platformers. Mm-hmm. Games that are more difficult would be like shooters, open world.
Oh my
games.
gosh, Black Ops 3. One of them was beat the game on the hardest difficulty, realistic mode, and I tried to play one level. I want to go back and look at this.
And you're like, no.
I tried to play one level, and it was like, you get shot like once or twice, you're dead.
That doesn't sound like fun at all.
I know. It sounded like just like a huge...
letdown?
Time waster.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I don't
have a good amount of trophies for him, though.
Yeah, well, I did. I tried to get all of the single-player trophies when I got it. I don't know if you remember that, but I played, it's complete the campaign on realistic.
Yeah.
4.9%. Rare. Ultra rare.
Of all people I've gotten it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did like almost... Trophies? Yeah, there were multiplayer ones too. Discover all collectibles in the campaign. I didn't do that one either. That was actually... then earn all decorations, 1.21%.
Let's talk about campaign collectibles. Let's talk about when it's appropriate and when it's not. Because I always think about that. Shooters, that's ridiculous. Get that crap out of here. No one's playing, so like... this really irked me when I was playing Spec Ops: The Line. I just recently played it. It's a game where people talk about this game because it's incredible because of its story. Not so much because of its gameplay. It has good gameplay, but because of its story. Mm-hmm. Black Ops 3 and Call of Duty is good for its gameplay and story, but this Spec Ops: The Line is all about story. Mm-hmm. And I had to stop what I was doing and find all these collectibles all the time. And then as soon as you miss one, it's just over. Like, come on, like this is, you can't go back. I mean, you can't. There's a level select in most of these games. You can go back and get those, but I don't want to do all that. And it's just like some games have really good collectibles. I think The Last of Us is a collectible worthy game. I think
you could do it.
So like Black Ops 3, that's another game where like I'm already not really wanting to play this campaign. Don't make me go back and find all these collectibles.
Right.
Like there's already so much stuff going on. So like collectibles in first-person shooters, just get it out of here. Or just in shooters in general. Campaign-driven linear shooters, not about
it. I mean, I think if you have a multiplayer shooter, like Call of Duty, you should have, like, maybe a quarter of your trophies be from your campaign, and the rest should be multiplayer. Like, prestige twice. Like, and like do certain feats, like get an atomic bomb or whatever, like a nuke. I don't know. I've never done that before. Is it 25 kills without that?
I think in Black Ops 3 it's 30.
Okay, I've never done it before.
Yeah,
never, not even once.
The first
and
one
I feel like I'm pretty good at shooters, but
the first nuke I got was in Modern Warfare 2 when they first introduced it.
Yeah,
that was fun.
And Nuketown, people would get that. I'd get so mad. Gosh, I hate Nuketown.
Well, Nuketown not in Modern Warfare 2.
I was thinking Black Ops 2 then.
Black Ops 2? It's in all the Black Ops games. It's really annoying. Anyway, I just hate it when there's collectibles and campaigns and stuff like that. Find a different way to get trophies. Like, I just hate collectibles. And sometimes, like, even the collectibles in Spec Ops: The Line enhanced the story and did all this other things, but it was one of those where I was really enjoying the game, and then I was really crestfallen as soon as I saw the first collectible. Mm-hmm. So I knew in the back of my head, I'm like,
now I gotta get all these.
Now there's gonna be so many of these. I have to stop what I'm doing to get these and figure this all out. I'm just like, there's gotta be a better way to do this. But collectibles in Uncharted are different, I would say, because they don't affect the story so much. The collectibles in Spec Ops: The Line did affect the story. It gave you a lot of background.
Yeah.
In Uncharted, it doesn't. It's just treasures. It's just literally collectibles. Like, he just wants to pick this up. There's no collectibles really in the Ratchet & Clank games. I assume there's some in the Resistance series. I can't remember. I don't like collectibles in shooters. It really slows the pace.
Yeah, and I feel like the pace of most shooters is supposed to be fast, right? You're not playing an RPG, you're playing a shooter. Mm-hmm. So, definitely different tempos. Tempo of a game. Yeah.
That's all I can think of.
So, I guess we defined out 4 separate categories of trophy hunters.
Which is what you wanted to do.
Which is what I wanted to do. We had our don't care as the base level.
Yep.
The enjoy them, but don't really actively seek them out.
Where do you put the people that enjoy trophies but hide them so other people can't see them?
They don't deserve to be on the tier system.
I agree.
Because
let me see your trophies.
Right. I mean, it's like some people might feel uncomfortable. They're like,
I want to compare.
I don't want them to see what trophies I don't have. Like, I don't like this is awkward. Well, guess what? Get over it.
So we both like trophies,
right? Like, where are you supposed to put trophies in a high school? Out on a freaking display thing. A display. You should be showing your trophies up.
A diorama. But we both like trophies. We both like getting trophies.
Yeah,
but if we saw someone that didn't have a trophy, we wouldn't be like, "Ha, you suck."
No.
We'd just be like,
I'd be like, "Wow, that person actually values their time a little bit more than just sitting around getting trophies."
Well, I wouldn't think
which is how I feel sometimes when I get into trophy mode.
Sometimes it's fun. You can look on the trophies and you can see like the first non-skippable trophy, which is generally like, so Nomads Sky is get off the first planet.
Yeah.
Some games are like complete the first level.
Yeah.
And you can see what percentage of players have
not even
gotten
done
that. And it's not. And a lot of times it's not like majority of the time it's not 100% people.
It's like it would be like 90% or 95%.
It's so interesting because that means that someone got that game,
put it in,
played it, and didn't get that first trophy, which normally happens within the first half hour.
Yeah.
And you're like, what happened?
Did they redbox it?
Like, what happened in this game for someone to do this? Like, did you not like it, return it immediately? Did life happen? Did all these other things? It's so weird to see how, because I love the percentage it gives you on trophies. Mm-hmm. I love how it tells you this many % of people have gotten it.
Yep. Yeah, and I like PSN Profiles because it gives you ranking, and, and it shows you what tier you're in. Not just the rarity of the trophy, but where you sit. Like with Black Ops 3, I was at 40% with the base game, and the average completion was 17%. So that makes you feel good. Like, hey, I'm above average.
With Black Ops 3?
Yeah.
Well, it's because the average player doesn't play the campaign.
I know. But you know how I am with shooters. I always play the campaign first.
I try to.
I like shooter campaigns.
Yeah, they're good. Most of the time they're good.
Most of the time they're good.
Call of Duty has really good stories in campaigns.
People like to trash on them, and I kind of get that because they're short, but almost every Call of Duty campaign I've played, I've enjoyed. I've always gotten attached to a character or two.
Brooklyn! Black Call of Duty 2, Big Red 1. He got blown up at the end.
You're still mad about that. The World War II ones are my favorite, definitely, campaign-wise. But, the newest one, I played Black Ops 3 campaign. There was, some twists at the end. Things got crazy at the end. Holy cow. There's, some the levels are changing as you're running through it, and like,
So it's all like virtual.
yeah, it gets to the virtual stuff, and it's fun. So I mean, I kind of saw some of it coming because there's only so many plot devices Call of Duty can use every year before they start repeating themselves.
Yeah.
But that's just storytelling.
If you ever feel useless, just remember somebody has to work on the Call of Duty campaign.
That's so mean. And we're just saying how much we enjoy it, and we're already trashing it. But no, it's good. I like them. They're fun.
They're fun.
Don't take them away.
Advanced Warfare had a better campaign than it had multiplayer.
You think so?
That was super fun. You got a grappling hook, and there was a stealth level and all this other stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was a lot of fun. I suggest playing Advanced Warfare's campaign.
Oh, was it Black Ops 1? There's a level where you're a sniper and you have to like get into position to kill this terrorist.
I think so.
And you take this shot, and it's in Chernobyl. Yeah, it was in Chernobyl. I remember that now.
That wouldn't be Black Ops 1. That would be Modern Warfare.
Maybe it was Modern Warfare. Actually, I think it was Call of Duty 4. Yeah, Modern Warfare, the first one. Yeah, that level still, like, I still remember how much I enjoyed that mission.
Then obviously everybody knows No Russian from Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
The airport level.
I hate that level. I hate it because of how terrible it was.
How it made you feel.
Right, like, not because it wasn't well done. It was because...
We've talked about that level a lot.
Like, it forces you to make this decision from the start of the game. Like, are you going to be this terrorist?
What do you mean?
Like, no, like you
it
walk...
forces you to make a decision.
You have to decide if you're going to shoot all these people or not, and you're just shooting random people at the airport.
Yeah, I never shot anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't either.
You just walk through it.
I was like, I cannot bring myself to do it.
Yeah. Even that goes out to, like, Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Like, I can't... So cop cars are pretty fast in GTA. And if sometimes you want a cop car, sometimes you just want a car because your car got blown up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, there's a cop car right there. I can't just go up and, like, kill a police officer, even in GTA, to get a car. I'm like,
you gotta sneak in, yeah.
So that's how I choose to play games. That's how I choose to express my humanity. Some people are like, yeah, I'll kill everything.
Yeah, they don't even care. They're like, I want to get what I want. Mm-hmm. I do what I want all the time. But
however, that's different in, like, Assassin's Creed. I'll kill those guards all day.
Yeah, well, that is different.
But they're the only enemies.
Yeah.
They're the only people you can kill.
True. And they'll kill you if you don't fight back.
Well, yeah, but so will police in GTA. Except for
if you're just,
the
like,
police
around,
in Red Dead Redemption. You can surrender, they put you in jail, and it gives a list of everything you've done since the last time you've been in jail.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I know, it's a lot of fun. You get, like, a bounty as it goes up.
Yeah.
That's fun.
All right.
That's what we got.
That's what I got.
Thanks for listening, guys. Just if you'd like to engage with this conversation, feel free to leave us a comment on SoundCloud or send us a tweet at UPGamersPodcast on Twitter. Or you can send us an email, let us know what you thought, or if you want to add something to the conversation or ask us a question that might be used in an episode. We don't know. Depends on if it's a good question or not. We have used questions from emails.
So chances are, if you email us a question, we're going to use it.
Yeah, probably.
There's not a high demand for email questions.
Yeah. So if you want to engage, go ahead and do that. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. Check that out. We got a YouTube channel. We have gameplay videos, not just our podcast. We have videos as well of us. Of a plethora of games. Yeah, and one of them recently, Tony got like 46 kills with McCree in one game of Overwatch. True. It was very impressive. So you should go check out his manliness in Overwatch because it's pretty good. Yeah, we also uploaded Nomads Sky reactions. Yep. Two separate videos for that. So and Titanfall and Black Ops 3 and Fallout 4 and I don't think we have any Witcher. We have Battlefront. We have a whole gameplay of a whole playthrough of Ratchet and Clank. We have half a playthrough of Star Fox for the Wii U. Yep. Anyway, that's what we got. So you're listening to us on something right now. Please rate us on it. Yeah. Give us 5 stars. Send us something. A like. Help us out. Or a repost. Or whatever happens on the Android thing. The Google Play? Yeah. I don't know how that works. I think you get stars and you can leave a comment just like you can on iTunes. Ooh. So just help us out. We love it. We appreciate it. We like it. We love it. We want some more of it. Yeah. We're done. Bye, guys.